has announced for governor, so people will now start asking about my campaign instead of whether he's going to run or not. So why do I want to go to Congress? I want to do the same thing you guys are doing. You care enough to give up your day to be here. I've been off the couch since I was the mayor of Ormond Beach and a state representative, but the issues that concerned me were issues that needed to be addressed in Washington. Some of the questions that you just got asked. I co-sponsored the bill for American law for American courts against Sharia law. I co-sponsored the bill to make sure that we would not have any sanctuary cities in Florida when I was in the House of Representatives, the Florida House of Representatives. I want to go to Washington and I want to co-sponsor and help pass H.R. 38. The ability for concealed carry holders to go across state lines. I want to make sure that we have states' rights. I want the states to be able to determine things. We passed direct primary care, my bill, 3 times in the Florida House. We couldn't get it through the Senate. I think it's going to get through this year. That's a good thing. I want to go to Washington and make it so they get out of our health care. We want to get them out of our education. I'm the guy that says we need to cut 95%. Maybe have a bureaucrat with the best practices newsletter to all the states. I want to cut the Departments of Education, Energy, Interior, Labor, Housing and Urban Development, Environmental Protection Agency. We have a government that has gone amok. We need to get back to what the Constitution says our government is all about. So back to me being here today. You've each gotten a folder that's a press kit. I wanted each one of you to have it because I know you can't be there tomorrow. We picked the first Saturday in January for our kickoff. We will be in all 4 counties. We knew that, I shouldn't say we knew, we had intel that indicated that Congressman DeSantis was going to announce hopefully early in January, which he has now done. So we tried to coordinate it. Many will ask, why did I run against Congressman DeSantis last year? I did not run against Congressman DeSantis last year. I was in the race because he told me he wouldn't be in the race. He got back in the race because Marco got back in the race. I had a choice, go against my word with Representative Tom Leak or stay in the race. I stayed in the race knowing I would lose. If you look back, you'll see we didn't spend any money against him. We didn't shoot out any negative information at all. We knew we were going to lose. We just talked about issues. So I'm excited about the opportunity to serve. I was brought up to believe that public service is a calling. My parents were both involved, not in elected service, but president of regent of the DAR, president of the PTA, dean of the American Guild of Organists. That's what my family did. My dad gave Flag Day speeches when I was a kid. Love the Lord, love my country, love my family. I'm here to serve judging by the questions that you guys were asking these other candidates, and I stayed out till 2:30. I was here early, but I didn't want to come in until I was invited. But at any rate, I want to open it up to questions. If you don't have any, I'll tell you a little more about me and what I stand for. But does anybody have any questions?
I asked one, someone asked one of your opponents about the oil drilling that President Trump is in favor of and Congress is your
Thank you. I am for states' rights. I want the U.S. federal government to open up oil drilling to all lands and let the states that are impacted decide. If I'm voting whether to do it in Florida or not, right now I'm voting no. But I'm voting for the federal government to get out of the way and let Florida decide. I hope that answers your question. Same way about marijuana. I voted yes for medical marijuana. I will individually vote no for recreational marijuana, but the people should be able to decide.
I did want to mention, and I know in the beginning, I mentioned that we are the gatekeepers to get candidates into our counties. And Fred had mentioned to me that tomorrow is his campaign kickoff. So even though most of us are going to be here for the meeting, I know that we can also email individuals back home in our counties who are going to want to get out and meet the candidates. And so tomorrow, he's making the effort to get out to each one of our counties. So we should probably make an effort to help get some people that are going to be interested in meeting candidates in this race out to the event.
Thank you. That was what I was going to close with. I was going to say, I want your individual support, each and every one of you. I hope my record has earned it. I'm the only one in this race that has a record you can check. You can see what I've stood for. You can see that I stood against Governor Scott, who I love. I'm on his team, but I stood against him because he tried to raise state property tax. I saved you almost $900 million over 2 years. And this year, I hope they don't pass it again. This will be the 3rd year in a row, and it'll be over $1 billion Matt Caldwell, that was here 2 folks ago, was in the House when then Chairman, now Congressman Matt Gaetz turned around and said, we can thank Representative Costello for not having this $428 million tax increase. So I will stand up for us against the other side, against our own side, whatever we have to do to get what's right for us. So please, I would love to have your individual support, not as a body, and let me know who I need to contact in your areas. I want to meet the leaders and the influencers. We're going to every one of your counties because we want you to know that even though I live in Volusia, I will represent all of Lake. I will represent all of St. John's, even though only a few can vote for me. That's the way I was when I was mayor of Ormond Beach. I represented everybody in my city at the county level. When I was chairman of the Volusia League of Cities, I worked for all the cities. We are all in this together. We have the greatest nation on earth. God bless America. Thank you for your service. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'll let you go to the next candidate.
We need to move on.
I'm done.
Thank you.